Welcome to the channel, everyone. Let's rock and roll that rabbit hole.
Does anyone else just not want to be around other people? Like, I don't want to be perceived. I don't want to be looked at. I don't want anyone to look at me and have a thought about me. I love to be by myself. Like, no one is looking at me. No one's thinking about what I look like, what I'm doing, if I'm acting weird. I'm so comfortable in my solitude. And it's so weird because other people have so many other people in their lives. Like, they hang out with their friends, they do all this stuff with other people, they have a group of friends. I'm like, I can't even imagine what that'd be like. You can be around other people and actually relax and actually be your full personality. Is anyone else like this? Because I feel like it's not supposed to be like this. Like, I'm happy and I'm fine this way, but I almost feel like I'm missing out on like human connection, because human connection is so important, and I've just been ignoring it for like the past 3 years and just being like, no, I'm fine doing things by myself. Like, I'll go paddleboarding by myself, I'll go on runs by myself, everything by myself, because I can talk about whatever. I could talk about a lot of stuff just to myself out loud. I could talk about nothing, be completely quiet the entire time, and I could listen to whatever music I want. I can leave when I want. I don't have to worry about what someone else wants to do or when they want to leave. Like, do you experience that, or am I just like a weird antisocial person?
Sweetie, you're not crazy. You're just trying to live normally in a profoundly sick society. I don't blame people one bit for wanting to be alone. Modern dating has become a nightmare. I've never seen a greater divide between people in my lifetime. It seems like the more connected we become with devices and the internet, the less connected with each other we seem to be. I fear for the younger generations and how they'll be able to connect with each other. The doom-scrolling dopamine hits that people are addicted to seem to be taking over their personalities.
Here's a crazy clip. So this person throws food off of their cruise ship, and then they zoom into the water to see what happens. And like an endless crab leg buffet, you see all these fish just going at every single piece. But this got me remember that one video of that one kid who jumped off the cruise ship because his friends dared him to? Imagine the moment he touched that water. It was dark too, by the way. He would have just felt the bites and the little nips in the dark as he sees his cruise ship just sail away into the distance. And not only that, he would hear his friends, so-called friends, recording him laughing. And that's the last thing he hears, and all he feels is a bunch of fish just biting at him as the light from the cruise ship just fades slowly in the distance. And of course the cruise ship comes back and they can't even find the kid. Crazy, man. Just remember, don't be stupid, man.
Wow, that guy painted quite the picture. As bad as we may feel for that young man that jumped willingly off the ship, natural selection seems to apply to the human species as well.
The House on Fire ruins in Mule Canyon, Utah, is an ancient ancestral Puebloan site known for its unique appearance. The cliff dwelling's rock formations resemble flames when illuminated by sunlight, creating a mesmerizing and iconic visual effect for visitors and photographers.
Interesting. That place is buried in the middle of the desert in Utah. Looks like it would be a fun day trip. I'm guessing that interesting pattern in the wall was caused by water erosion? I don't know. You guys let me know how you think it was made.
Gotta be kidding me. Alright, for anybody that didn't know, because our media is an absolute dumpster fire, in the past few years in the United States, there's been a surge in dementia cases. I've been doing a bunch of research, throwing a bunch of money, trying to figure out exactly why there's such a surge happening. Well, they announced this morning that not only did they discover a cause of it, but there's also a lawsuit about it. Turns out that the plastics that we're storing our food in is causing it. Plastic bags, Tupperware containers, The microplastics is getting into our food, we're eating it, and then it's contaminating our brain and causing dementia. And the company that they found is causing this? Ziploc. Microwavable bags, freezer bags, even the little Ziploc storage containers. Here's actually a little list of exactly which ones are causing it. You know, it's funny. You used to mention microplastics and people would laugh at you.
Yeesh. Ziploc isn't just used for food. Think of how many people are affected by those microplastics. Almost everybody. It's probably better to go back to glass containers to store your food in. It may be a bit of a pain in the ass, but at least you're not digesting microplastics.
Wouldn't it be crazy if the Canadian government was trying to exterminate ostriches? I know this one seems weird. Stick with me though. So there's an ostrich farm in British Columbia that was just ordered to kill all of its ostriches, okay? The feds are claiming that there was a bird flu outbreak, and so therefore they gotta kill every last damn bird on the farm. Even the British Columbian premier says he doesn't agree with the decision. Now that would be like the governor for all my Americans followers. Is there something more going on here though? Because take a look at this. It turns out ostrich eggs are like superfoods. Like the yolk has crazy health benefits. Immune modulation, antioxidant properties, okay? It can be used to fight antibiotic-resistant bacteria, for Christ's sakes. So here's the question you gotta ask. Is the Canadian government being controlled by Big Pharma? Rhetorical question.
Now, I've been following this story on the ostrich farm in British Columbia, Canada, for a while now. It's disgusting, atrocious, and I'm sure this man is onto something. Perhaps if people acquired a taste for ostrich eggs, they might just become healthier. And the ruling class doesn't want that. They want lifelong dependencies on a medical system that treats symptoms, not the disease. Now, this next story is pretty wild. I don't know if any of you have ever heard of Devin Adams, a professor of geology, I believe. Went missing a while back. Check out these next clips. It's bizarre.
My name is Sheriff John Gottlieb, and I've been in law enforcement here in San Diego County for over 32 years. I'm handling the missing persons case involving Devin Adams. He's a retired anthropology professor who went missing in the mountains 3 months ago while shooting a series for YouTube. Now, I know this is a little unorthodox, but we've decided to engage his audience on the social platforms to see if we can discover more about the circumstances around his disappearance. There's a lot of speculation going on about the whereabouts of Dr. Adams. Did he get lost up in Mount Shasta or down here in the San Diego mountains? There's conflicting evidence discovered in both locations. And, well, quite honestly, I question the integrity of some of the evidence that's been brought to my office. Specifically, several digital drives that seem to have a collection of disturbing videos. Now, my office considers these videos to be a hoax, but given the fact that Dr. Adams is missing, something corroborated by his ex-wife, we are moving forward with this investigation. Now, against the counsel of the DA's office, I'm including one of those videos here to see if anyone can offer clues to the location of the production of this video. Feel free to contact my office or the In Search of Tribe sites. We're sharing information and working in conjunction with their offices to solve this case. Thank you in advance for your time.
Okay, so today is day 8 of me stranded in this trailer. The infection has gone down on my face, obviously still in the eyes, but it's off of my face today so I can put a hat on, try to feel normal, even though that's kind of fucking impossible. But I have a new development that I want to share because I can no longer leave this coach. I can no longer walk out of here because this, whatever environment, wherever I am now, is changing on a daily basis. When I go out of the coach, I'm starting to see things that were not there before, and there are suddenly these new structures, these massive rocks or formations that I've never seen anything like ever. And like I said, they weren't there the day before. So I just want to show you outside really quick and see what the structures I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm definitely not going out in that. I just don't know. I've never seen anything like that. And so I'm just gonna stay here in this fucking trailer and see what happens tomorrow. Okay, so I wanted to give an update to my situation. So fortunately, I know how to use the services in this coach. Beyond that, I have no idea how I got here and how to get out of here. I can control the heat, I can control the water, the stove, the refrigerator, and the lavatory. I have started rationing my food as I don't know how long I'm going to be here, and I've certainly been rationing my water. The heat, the propane, I'm fortunate because wherever I am in, I'm in a temperate climate, so that I just kind of bundle up at night and I'm able to save on fuel. So here's the situation when I leave the coach. I'm in a valley, a large valley, and when I go at a certain distance walking, because I cannot drive, I have no idea how to use I don't know how to use my vehicle or this coach to actually leave this place. When I walk to a certain distance and I turn around, if I can't see the coach, I don't know where I am and I don't know my way back, and I'm completely lost. This has happened several times. I can only go as far as this coach or being able to have an line of sight with this coach. Otherwise, I'm completely lost. And I felt in a complete panic a couple days ago. Okay, let's talk technology. Okay, the phone obviously works. What's all the audio visual services on the phone seem to function, right? Anything dealing with communication or contact, whether it be a phone call, a FaceTime, an email, a text, all of that has been transferred into a different language so that I cannot actually use that service. It is as if my brain is a hard drive and something has gone through and removed the apps of communication and contact, but left everything else the same. I mean, for Christ's sakes, I can actually play games on my fucking phone, but I cannot make a phone call. I try to look for photos of my family, and I go to my photos, my history, it's all blurred, or it's in some kind of a strange symbol or language that I don't understand. Again, whatever this is, whatever's going on here, it doesn't hurt, but it obviously is directly related to the fact that I've lost my mind. I'm going through the same motions that I feel like I know how to do with regard to making a video and uploading it, because it's the only thing I remember how to do. And so I have no idea if it's working. I have no idea if this is actually getting somewhere. But to tell you the truth, it's the only thing that's keeping me sane. I don't know. I just don't know how much longer I'm going to be here. And it's getting very lonely. Obviously, things have gone from bad to worse. This condition has gotten significantly worse, and I don't quite know what to do. I'm absolutely at a loss, and I'm reaching a point of desperation. I cannot get out of here. I get behind the wheel of my truck that is attached to this camper, and I try to drive away, and I don't know how to drive. I don't know how to move the vehicle. I don't know the symbols. I literally stare at it like I have no idea how to use this truck. I look at my phone. My phone has names and numbers, but they're all gibberish. It's like weird symbols and signs, and they make no sense. And I don't know how the numbers on the dial to call. I can't remember any names or numbers. I'm just literally, I'm stuck in this valley walking around, and I don't know what and how to get out of here. The only positive thing is that I've noticed that this condition comes and goes. I've got some days where the scarring seems to be much less, and I've got a more accurate thinking, meaning I can I can decipher some things. I still can't recognize anything on my phone, but I feel like I get memories back when the condition lessens. And when it's stronger the way it is now, today, I don't know anything. I know how to control this. I know how to record this, but I don't know how to reach out to anybody. I don't know how to communicate, make contact to anybody. So my hope is that this will potentially subside a little bit so that I can at least kind of translate the names and numbers on my phone and reach out to help, or at least drive myself the hell out of here. So that's where I am. Hopefully things will get better. Okay, I decided to take a hike from the trailer to as far as I could without getting lost. And the reasons I wanted to set up a camera and at least show you guys, give you an example of how massive these structures are that are around this area and how they're growing and getting even bigger, and not only in size but in number. The one blessing is that I found my pup. Come here, baby. She's out. She's been out for days, but she survived, so that gives me some hope, which means whatever's out here may not be that aggressive. The other thing I keep hearing, there's a weird hum. It's like a low bass that's, I believe, is coming from these structures, because when you get a little closer to them, the hum increases. Come here, baby. Come here. Hi, gotcha. Good girl. Good girl. You, I missed you so much. Yeah. Okay. All right. You get my food. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right.
Now, I'm guessing this is most likely a hoax, but the man actually went missing. Perhaps he's just looking for his 15 minutes of fame? Those giant rock formations were very cool, but look straight out of a sci-fi movie. It's unbelievable how we're able to mix AI-generated content with just regular videos like this. Videos that look like they were filmed on a phone.
What's up, guys? Once again, as you see, they are lined up. Just lined up, waiting to go. You guys would think I'm playing about all this stuff, but I'm not, guys. Things are different. Some of you just see clouds, and I understand that, but this is way more than clouds, guys. Way more. Just look at them. Look at the heads. Look at how they are. What is normal about these clouds? Not a single thing. There's nothing normal about these clouds because they're not clouds, guys. These are not clouds.
The geoengineering and the spraying of our skies needs to stop. Regardless if you believe they are contrails or chemtrails, at the very least, they're ruining perfectly blue sky days. And at the most, we're being poisoned.
Middle of the Everglades. An old NASA space rocket, 100-foot underground from the Cold War. Look at this thing. Actual rocket, space rocket. That is wild. We're stepping on this concrete because I don't trust these grates too much here.
No, you won't end up in a drink.
That's crazy.
We destroyed the technology and it's a painful process to build it back up. Thanks for nothing, Don Pettit. Oh, it's painful, all right. Over 50 years since you've been back to the moon, and the best proof we've got for it is some old rusty rockets buried underground.
If there's a round of kids, it's the trafficker. P. Diddy gets a round of kids. Let's say that round of kids had Justin Bieber in it. There's contracts. Okay? There's contracts for codes within that person. So they can take a remote and turn that person off. Britney Spears, when they want to. Lindsay Lohan, when they want to. Amanda Bynes, when they want to. Okay? So let's say there's a contract for Justin Bieber. When P. Diddy has a hold of Justin Bieber, he now owns half of those codes. If Usher had the same contract and trafficked Bieber out to P. Diddy, Okay? Usher and P. Diddy now have parts of Justin Bieber's contract. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if one goes down,
That looks like some MK Ultra mind control if you ask me. Is there any truth to it? Beats me. But it definitely seems like the people in all those circles are definitely degenerates. If you ask me, this P. Diddy stuff kind of seems like a distraction, so people forget about the Epstein list. Release it. I dare you.
The frequency of a sound is a pitch, measured in hertz. A single frequency will always sound like a pure tone. The human ear can hear sounds ranging from roughly 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, but with different perceived levels of loudness. We're most sensitive to sounds in the 2 to 5 kilohertz range. Listen now. I'm playing these sounds at the exact same decibel level, but some sound louder, and the really high frequencies can be pretty irritating. Which brings us to noise. White noise has equal power across all frequencies, but it can sound a bit harsh because we perceive the higher frequencies as louder. It's great for boosting reaction time and for masking background noise, which we covered last time can help with sleep. Then there's gray noise. White noise is more empathetic because it takes into account the human ear's response, upping the volume in the ranges where the ear is less sensitive so that it actually sounds equal volume across the entire spectrum. But there's not much research on it. Next is pink noise, whose power is inversely proportional to frequency, meaning that it's louder at lower frequencies, which is soothing to us humans. Which sort of makes sense because it's found everywhere in nature, from ocean sounds to quasar emissions to the firing of neurons, which might explain why it's the best noise for creating resonating brain states in our brain. One EEG study comparing pink, brown, and white noise found that pink noise created the highest level of resonance in the brain, and brown was the lowest, but not by a large margin. And pink noise has been used to produce stronger, slow brain waves during deep sleep. So what is brown noise? It's like pink noise, but deeper. Instead of dropping off at 3 decibels per octave, it drops off by 6, creating a low sound like a roaring waterfall. Still not a single frequency though. There's not much research on it yet, but another EEG study, again comparing white, pink, and brown noise, found that both pink and brown noise were able to lower the level of recorded complexity of brain activity, with brown lowering it the most, which might account for that calming effect. But brown isn't quite as good at masking other noises.
You have ADHD or you live with someone who has ADHD. What is one thing that you have learned that has helped so much?
How sounds can calm and focus your brain. If you want to focus, 40 hertz works incredibly well. If you want to calm your mind, brown noise works extremely well.
Okay, listen to this. Did you hear that? That was the sound of my blood pressure dropping. That's the brown noise I was talking about in my last video, which is so much more calming than white noise. White noise uses low, mid, and high frequency notes. Sounds like bringing a pot of anxiety to a boil. Brown noise uses only low frequency and bass heavy notes. It sounds like thunder or a distant waterfall. It's basically a weighted blanket for your brain. This $35 sound machine from Amazon has great brown noise, but I also love this track on Spotify, which you can stream for free.
I'm not sure about you guys, but I like to sleep with a fan on all year round. Now, I've also used those 12-hour videos occasionally to fall asleep to. Waterfall sounds, fireplace sounds, they can be pretty good. But I have a cautionary tale for you. Some of those video makers are slipping in messages halfway through the video, and you're ingesting them subliminally. Check this clip out.
I've been having nightmares every single night, and I just found out why. I'm used to sleeping with the fan on, but I don't have a fan anymore. So instead of turning on a fan, I put on one of those brown noise videos. Now, there's a certain one of these videos I've been using every night for like 3 or 4 days now, and I started having unexplainable nightmares as soon as I started using this certain brown noise. And last night, I found out exactly why I was having those nightmares. So I'll play the brown noise for you. Here it is at the start. This is it. As you can see, it sounds completely normal. I'll let the brown noise play for a second. You can see there's nothing wrong with it. Completely normal. Now let me skip ahead to about the 3-hour mark on the brown noise. And it's not brown noise anymore. Listen what plays. It becomes devil noise. Now, the only reason I even found out this was happening is because last night I had to get up to use the bathroom, and when I got up, I almost had a heart attack because that was playing. Now, the video is like 10 hours long, and it only plays that part for about 45 minutes, then it goes back to regular brown noise. So that just confirms to me that the people that made that video are doing that 100% intentionally. What they gain from it, I don't know, but I'm probably not going to be sleeping right for a while now.
Yeah, so just be aware of the videos you're watching, and maybe stick to trusted content creators that you know aren't slipping in weird noises like that. That poor guy seemed to be having nightmares for weeks before he figured it out. I personally find the brown noise to be much more soothing than the white noise. But that brings me to another point. Brown noise, not to be mistaken with the brown note. Have you heard of it? Check out this clip.
The brown note is essentially an urban legend that if you play this certain sound frequency loud enough, the acoustic resonance will essentially make you lose control of your bowels. It's kind of like if you've ever seen someone sing a certain note really loud that can shatter a wine glass. It's like that, but much lower and stinkier.
Wow. Can you imagine a band playing that note live, making their whole audience shit their pants? That'd be a real slippery mosh pit. Anyways, that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for coming by. See you next time.